Hi guys, welcome back to the Cocktails and Culture podcast with myself, Brigethia Arai.
And I'm Benjamin Coy.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Happy season 4.
Season 4. Oh my God.
Wow. Listen.
So crazy.
I can't believe it's 2025.
Yes.
We started this in 2022 and look where we are, baby. Just keep elevating.
Yes.
I love it. So happy season 4 to all of you. Thank you for watching us.
Yes.
Subscribing all the things. How are you feeling, Brigethia?
I'm feeling good. We're in a different space, as you guys can see.
Yes. Now, where are we, honey?
Yes, we are at the Méridien Hotel for cherry blossom season.
Yes.
And they invited us in to attend the event to kick off, as well as come and shoot a live taping of the Cocktails and Culture podcast.
Yes. So, y'all, we have a live studio audience. Audience, make some noise. Love it. Ooh, that was so nice.
That was good.
But yes, y'all, we are here live, loud, and in color, and we can't wait to get into all the things.
Yeah.
Season 4, new us, new season, new us, all the things.
Yes, happening.
Let's get into it. What have you been streaming, honey?
I have been streaming a lot of things.
Okay.
So White Lotus recently started again. I love White Lotus.
Yes,
So I've started that recently.
Okay.
What else have I been streaming? Running Point, which is on Netflix.
That is really good.
Featuring Kate Hudson.
Okay.
Love that. And also Beyond the Gates, which I feel like we talked about the end of last season, maybe. It's a show that I've been a part of, helping curate all of the publicity and PR for. So I'm super excited. So make sure you guys check out Beyond the Gates on CBS.
Please.
Streams on Paramount Plus. It is the first predominantly Black soap opera in over 25 years.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you check it out.
Check it out. And that's what I've been streaming. Beyond the Gates has had me captivated for so long.
Yes.
I love every storyline. I'm into every storyline. I love all the twists, the turns, the ups, the downs. That's what I've been streaming. But y'all know I stream more music than anything else.
You do.
I am a huge music fan. And lately I have been getting into, or constantly getting into, Duran Bernard's newest album, Bloom. I love when music like just matches what I'm feeling in life. And this album is certainly like that. It's like he's recovered from some love, hurt.
Okay. We love a little pain.
He is ready to start anew, ready to start loving all over again. And that's how I feel, y'all. I'm ready to start loving all over again. Ooh, not y'all in the business.
For summertime, you ready to do that? Maybe not.
You start the process in the summertime, and then when fall comes around, then you cuff, right? That's how that goes, right? Like, you got to start it now. It's spring, happy spring.
Love is a strong word, though.
Like. Infatuation.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to go for.
Yes. So yeah, y'all, so much going on. So make sure you guys tune in, keep it locked. We're so excited for season 4. But let's get into these cocktails before we go any further.
Exactly. We got to talk about the cocktails before we get into the culture. So again, tonight's cocktails are curated for the Cherry Blossom Festival here at Les Méridien, the Madison Hotel in D.C. And so we have some beautiful cocktails. What's your cocktail? It looks really delicious and sweet.
It is. It's called Secura Glow, and I know it's vodka, and I believe it has some rosé in it. It's very good and very sweet. So if you guys have not yet, make sure you come down to see the exhibit here at the Méridien Hotel, the Madison, and get you a cocktail.
Yes.
What do you have?
I have the Zen Blossom Martini, but I did make it extra dirty.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's vodka, vermouth, all the things, and then lots and lots of olive juice. So shout out to our bartender for curating these cocktails beautifully.
Yeah, they are strong, y'all. If y'all come here and get a cocktail, let me tell you. About one will do you. One is
will
enough.
do you in.
No, get two. But
get multiple. Get them all.
Get
There's
multiple. But make sure you have a ride home. Do not drive.
Yes,
because you won't get your money's worth.
Okay.
Because y'all know in DC,
you
go out to the bars.
Yes.
And the drinks are not strong enough.
But this one is not the case. You do taste your alcohol.
You do. So we love that.
So let's get into the culture. We talked about the cocktails, and let's get into the culture. Let's catch up, okay? The last time we had our season 3 finale was at the end of January. Potomac was wrapping up. Oh, let's go back. Did y'all enjoy our reunion recap for the Real Housewives of Potomac?
Yes. That was fun.
Our mini-series. If you like that, please let us know. Please comment, please like, and we want to do more of those.
Yes, that was really fun.
Soon. Yeah, that was so much fun. We had so much gossip, so we're not going to get into that, but if you haven't, go listen. It's 3 series. It's 3 parts.
Yes.
You got it. Yeah.
Yes. No, that was super, super good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get into what's been going on in
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
Okay, well, first of all, we have to say, before we go into any of the actual pop culture, we have to say there's a lot going on.
Yes.
In our society, in life.
Yes.
If that's affecting you, if you're feeling all those things, I want to remind you to hold on to your joy, okay? They cannot take that joy away from you. Keep that, okay? All the things that you're feeling, all the anxious that you might be feeling, that's by design, okay? So stick to your mind, stick to your values, stick to your joy, and have a good time. Someone just level set that.
No,
but y'all know we're here to have a good time, and so take your mind off of that. Be joyful. We're gonna give you some joy, and you're gonna hold on to it till our next episode. How about that?
Yes.
But actually, in pop culture, our favorite Wendy Williams is back.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So Wendy, as you guys know, she's been going through a lot. She was in a conservatorship, and I think it was for about 3 years, and she finally got approved to be able to like leave and not be under conservatorship, and also be able to, I think she took a psychiatric exam and she passed it. So happy for her. And I feel like the media is missing Wendy. Like, regardless how people feel, like, we're missing Wendy's presence. And just hearing her voice, she's done a couple interviews on The Breakfast Club as well as The View and a couple other places. And me personally, hearing her voice, it just felt like warming, like,
It felt so warming to hear her voice, to see her back.
Yeah.
I'll also say that one interview I saw circulating on social media where she's like on the phone, but in the building.
So dramatic.
She's like, the people are filming her from up at the tower. That was really, really interesting. I love the creativity of that. But I'm happy to have her back on the scene.
Yeah.
I think that's what we were missing in pop culture. I think there's so many folks who are trying to emulate that. But honey, the originator is back. So now, do you think she's going to get a show again? How do you think we're going to actually see her come back into the public eye? What do you think about that?
I would love for her to get a show again.
I would love her to get a show.
That may be a bit far-fetched at the moment.
Might be.
I think things have changed. Maybe I know she tried to do a podcast a little while back. Yeah, when she first kind of was like learning that she was in a conservatorship.
Now, was it a podcast or a YouTube?
No, it was a podcast. That's what she was marketing it as. She had like an Instagram for it and everything. Okay. So maybe she will, but I think things are so different now to where like you can get a podcast, you can get whatever. So like I'm sure if she really wanted to do that, she could, until like potentially a network would come and work with her or something. But I don't care how she comes back. I want to see her in video, because I feel like all the interviews she's been doing has been virtual, or like over the phone or something. And I want to see Wendy. Yeah. Like I want to see her purple chair. I want to see her prance out. Like I want to see that, regardless of a podcast or not.
I actually would prefer her to do a podcast or some type of radio show, because I think on the TV show, she was still Wendy. She still gave us all the things that we wanted. But I feel like on the radio, she was much more raw and unfiltered. And I want that back. So I actually would prefer she's on a podcast. That way she's not being picked and pulled in these different places. She can actually be the Wendy that we want, the Wendy that culture is missing and needing. Because there's so many things happening that I need her take on immediately.
Yes, I agree. I just want it to be video. Okay. I want to see her video and audio.
Now, speaking of folks coming back with new shows, with new podcasts, Nene Leakes recently announced her new TV show. How are we feeling about that?
Well, podcast.
Well, podcast, excuse me. How are you feeling about that?
Well, you know, she had the first podcast with the other girl, Sierra.
Why you say it like that? The other girl.
No shade, but yes. She had a podcast with Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I believe. Okay. And then she started her own show. Yeah. Which is...
I have thoughts.
I don't know. Moving right along.
No, I have thoughts. Listen, the thought is this, okay? It was just all too close together. Yeah. Like, she launched the podcast with her bestie, and, you know, it's doing its thing. And then, like, 2 weeks later, then she announces her own show. But then in the caption, she's like, but I'm still doing the other show with the other girl. It was like, And
I mean, people do multiple podcasts all the time.
Right.
But
branding needs to be, Wendy, branding girl.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Wendy not Wendy. Nene just is doing stuff.
Yes.
Like, I don't even think she even, like, I don't know. Like, she's just doing shit. I don't know.
That's true.
But I'm happy that she has a new show. I did watch the first episode. It looks nice, but I'm not really like... Yeah.
Not really tuned in.
I just think Nene's
the first
doing
episode was
stuff.
with Carlos, right?
Yes, it was
Shout
cute.
out to Carlos.
Shout out to Carlos. It was okay. It was fine, but I feel like Nene just all over the place.
Yeah.
Like she needs to like figure out what's the right path for her because it's a lot going on. Yeah, it's a lot going on. So I was like, whatever.
It is all over the place. She needs a brand manager to bring her together.
Yeah, and
call me baby.
I feel like she doesn't have one, or if she does, it's like not maybe a brand manager, but maybe just a manager.
Right.
That's just booking her, but she
manager.
just it's not giving planned. It's just like all over the place.
Now there has been swirls about her returning to Atlanta, which we'll get into in just a second. The actual reboot of it. But do you think she'll ever actually go back on or be on a Bravo show in general?
Not Atlanta. No.
And I actually don't want her on Atlanta.
It's over.
It's over.
But maybe a show on Bravo, maybe. She's back cool with NBC now. So I think because she's been doing Oscars.
That's what I'm going to say.
So
I do like her as a red carpet correspondent, as a red carpet host, reviewer on E! Her takes have been,
I think she's holding back a lot.
I mean,
but I understand because she's trying to get in good, so she has to like work her magic a little bit. Maybe she needs to like figure things out.
But I love seeing her there. I do love seeing her there.
Yeah. I'm happy to see her face.
Me too.
But hopefully she'll be back on Bravo.
Right. Speaking of Bravo,
yes.
Let's go to Bravo Land.
Yes. Y'all know we love Bravo Land.
We love Bravo Land. Let's talk about all our Bravo shows.
Ooh,
okay, so we talked about Potomac. We had our reunion recap, so go ahead and watch that. Let's get into Married to Medicine.
Yes.
Married to Medicine is back, or has been back for several. They're wrapping up, actually, but I think by the time you guys see this, it'll be over. So if you haven't already, go ahead and stream it on Peacock. What's your take on the season so far? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I love Dr. Heavenly.
Love Dr. Heavenly.
That's my girl. She's very messy, but I love her.
I love her for the show.
Yeah, for sure.
No shade to her. I don't know that I would actually be friends with her in person, or I would not be friends with her the way she acts on the show. Whoa. But for the show, she is hilarious and great and amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll be friends with her either because no shade. I mean, she like the same age as our parents, so we wouldn't really be friends.
We can be friends. I got some friends the same age as my parents. As long as you don't treat me like a child, that's the difference.
I don't know. But no, child. No,
I going out to the club or nothing.
I mean, you might. Dr. Heavenly goes to the club probably.
She could.
I know. I love Dr. Heavenly. I love Quad. I mean, the season was cool. It was a lot of drama though. I think Dr. Heavenly was very messy for inviting Apollo and his wife.
Very messy. For
that was just so messy and like stupid. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I think the season has been really entertaining.
It has been.
The drama has been unfolding.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of thoughts. First thought is, I don't know how Sweet Tea got back on the show or got on the show.
Who?
Sweet Tea.
Oh, Sweet Tea.
I don't know if production asked Dr. G to come back. I don't know if production just found Sweet Tea and then Dr. G came along. Like, I don't know what the process is, but I have to agree with Quad that it is an uncomfortable position that that have put her in.
Yeah.
And it does feel very weird. This could be me being a Taurus, and she's a Taurus as well, so I kind of see it from her side. I don't care. And actually holding her accountable, I do think that some of her apologies are like, I'll take accountability for what I did, but also you did this too, which I also don't really enjoy. That's my thing there. Second, I love the new doctor, psychiatrist, and NFL. I think his name is Mimi.
And he's very handsome.
That's a very nice way to say that. And we'll keep it that way.
He's very handsome.
He is very
What's
handsome.
his name? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't
know. I need to follow my Instagram.
I don't need
Not like that, but I'm just he's very handsome. I'm just saying. I don't know him. I don't know the football boys. Really beautiful together. They are. They're a cute couple. They kind of look like they're brothers and sisters. You know how couples start looking like? They do.
He's love a sibling. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Stop.
But
but seriously,
when you're together,
sometimes when you dating somebody and y'all be around each other, they start looking alike, and I feel like they look alike.
That is kind of
a little bit. But they're such a cute couple. They're a very cute couple,
and they're very sweet. But
yeah.
No thoughts.
Oh, let's talk about Dr. G's song. How did you like it? He's
Beautiful
rapping.
Beautiful gowns. I would not be streaming that. Yeah, I think you just stay as a psychiatrist, honey.
Yes.
You let your coin come that way.
He was hurt, but I feel like the way Dr. G responded to a lot of things this season was not surprising, but like he needs to like relax.
I feel that.
Like he has a lot of anger and he needs to calm
you.
down.
Going back to what I said about it's very awkward that your ex-husband's on the show, with y'all new partners, and y'all supposed to just act
normal,
random and regular.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do that.
Do you do a show with your ex just there with their other partner?
You messy.
Y'all moved on. And, you know.
Okay, yes, I could. I could do that. But if you lash out like they are lashing out at each other, that's the issue I have. But if we're going to keep it cute and keep it cordial, yes, we can be in the same room with your partner. We can be friends with your partner. But when you start, if we are actually moved on, I
mean, they're working together, so it's like whatever, yeah. Because it's different. Like we see it as a show, but like they're working together, so it's like, you know, your coworkers.
See, that's the thing, and that I always say those HR policies at Bravo are very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting because yes, we're working together, but it's about our personal lives.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna bring my personal business to the show because that's what y'all want, and also this is again, like you said, my colleague, my coworker. I don't know, it's weird. But technically, are they colleague coworkers? He's not the main. That's the whatever thing is. He's not the main holder. You know, he's not the main.
Well, Sweet Tea has one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in the lineup.
Technically, I mean, he's a husband of the show, so it's fine.
He's a friend of.
He's a friend. I don't know. Like, I mean, if I had to do it, whatever. Because I know, you know, it has to build the drama of the show. Blah 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 blah. I guess we can do it. Friends. I don't know. We can be cordial.
Friends. I didn't say friends.
Yeah, we can be cordial.
Are we on the show together? We're on the show together. We can do that.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
We're not friends. We're not filming together.
But Dr. G he be to his feelings about Quad.
That's the issue.
He still like Quad.
That's the issue. He does still like Quad.
Please.
Which again brings me back to the reason. Why would you agree to be on the show?
That's what I'm saying. And then you mad because Quad is being Quad. That's her show. She was already on the show.
This is your ex-wife. You know how she operates.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Moving right along, Beverly Hills. Now, we did talk about that at the end of our last season. I love the new girl, Boz. She's been amazing. Excuse me, Boz. Yeah. She's been amazing. I've loved her energy. I don't necessarily like how she's buddied up to Dorit. I feel like Dorit was just looking for somebody to talk to who could hear her.
Okay.
Which I get. The downside of that is Bowles has no understanding of what she's actually talking about. Like, she was not there. Like, in the same way that Kyle and Garcelle and all these folks, like, know her history, know the things. Now, this is just from the show. I don't know if they're actually friends in real life or if they were before the show.
Yeah.
But it feels like I needed someone on my side. Here's the new girl. I'm going to tell her everything. And now she's on my side. That's what it kind of gave to me. What do you think?
I mean, I kind of agree. I think it's convenient for Dorit.
It's very convenient.
But also, I mean, naturally, if you're going into a friend group and you are going to bond, she was having issues with a lot of the girls. And she did need someone. And Bose was new in the group. And she wanted someone. So, I mean, I don't think it's not genuine. But I mean, it just worked out the way it worked out. I don't know. I feel like they both kind of, when you know in a group, Bose wanted somebody to like, you know, latch on to maybe or befriend. She was trying to be friends with everybody, but it seemed like Dorit kind of naturally came with her. And then Dorit needed a friend. So, I mean, the way they look like, they say they show up for each other for this. So, hey, if it worked for them.
And I think also Dorit has a history of doing interesting things with folks of color.
Ooh.
Interesting things to folks of color. So that's also why I'm like, this timeline of things and how it's coming, it just feels a little disingenuous. But you say, okay, cool, I'll let it go. Sutton.
You know Sutton, my girl.
I know Sutton is your girl.
But she did a lot this season. She
did a lot this season.
Yeah.
A lot this season.
She told Dorit she was broke, baby.
But I feel like Sutton was at least holding folks accountable.
She was.
And that's the thing. You need someone, you need a friend that's going to hold you accountable. Now, I don't agree with maybe the way she decided to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the way that, maybe she spoke up.
Yeah. I love Sutton. Sutton is my girl. But I do think she was a little bit harsh on some moments.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sutton cracks me up. Same with like Mary from Salt Lake City. It's just, I don't know. Something about them cracks me up. So I love them.
The way she held Kyle to the fire.
Oh, she wasn't playing with Kyle.
Was not playing with Kyle at all.
Because Kyle thinks she could just get up and walk away. Like, girl.
And I hate that. I'm sick of that.
Sick of Kyle.
But, okay. So that's Married to Medicine. That's Beverly Hills. Let's finally get into Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta, Real House of Atlanta is back after 2 years. 2023, I think, was the last thing.
Yes.
We didn't get anything last year. So, okay. Before we even get into what's going on in the show, what is your take on the new cast, the new setup? How are you feeling?
I like the new people.
Okay.
I think they're different. They're fun. I didn't know any of the girls. I didn't know Britt, Edie. I didn't know what's the girl, Amber or something. Ashley. I don't know.
Angela.
No, not her. Not Angela. The girl that was, oh my God. Her name was Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all.
The waffle queen.
Yes, her.
About Ashley.
I don't know. I was thinking Ashley. Yes, Angela, yes. I think they're all cute. They're all fun. They're beautiful, first of all. All of them look so good. Portia looks good. I think it's fun. I'm excited about it again. Now, do I think it gives a little bit Love and Hip Hop, some of it? Maybe.
Okay.
But I think it's fun. I think the girls look cute. I think Shamia is turning it up a notch. I'm happy to see Shamia in like a different space. I feel like we didn't really know a lot about Shamia when she was on Housewives years ago. And she was always friends of Portia, friends of Candy. And I think it's nice to see her in a different light because Shamia is that girl.
Shamia is actually.
So I'm happy for her to like get her shine and all the things. What about you?
Before I go there, how do you feel? Because we talked about on the show before where friend ofs become main cast members. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that with Shamia's case? You know, we talked about Marlo becoming a main cast member.
I didn't work for her.
You know, what do you think about Shamia's progress?
Oh, I'm happy. I feel like I would never know that Shamia had all this going on if she wasn't like on the main cast now. So I'm happy to see her. I love when an underdog kind of
becomes the top dog.
Yeah, the top dog. Like, and I don't even know if she really was an underdog, but like we just didn't know anything about her. Like the whole time, she's really the housewife. Like she's really like, you know, that girl. So I love to see that for her. So I'm happy for her. I can't wait to see. Like I didn't even know her personality was the way it is. Like I didn't really. I mean, not really though. Like I just didn't really know. So I'm excited for her. I love it.
I love the new show. Okay,
it's fun.
I love everything about it. But this is what I love the most. I have been saying on the podcast for so long that they need a new formula. The same thing they were trying to replicate from season 6 with Phaedra and all of them was not working. We don't have Nene Leakes. We can't rely on the house that Nene built. It's a great house. It's a great foundation. But at some point, you do have to rebrand.
Yeah.
You do have to redo, refigure out. And I think with this new season, they finally figured out. At this point, y'all, it's only been 2 episodes. Let me just say that right here. But they have figured out what's going to work for them. But I love the way they did it, right? I was talking to you about this in the car on the way here. In other shows, when they've rebooted the cast, they've kicked everyone off and brought new girls in. We've introduced a whole new, situation, a whole new setup, a whole new thing. This way, they knew that was not going to work with us.
Yeah.
I love that they brought Portia back, made Portia like the marketing promo person. When her things were happening at the top of the year with Simon, that is first on front page news. Portia's back. This is what's happening with Simon. Da da da. We're thinking the whole time that Portia's going to be the center of the situation.
Yeah.
Then we hear that Cynthia's coming back. Now, Cynthia's not a main cast member, but she's a friend of. And low key, on these first 2 episodes, Cynthia's low key a cast member.
She's giving.
Not really operating as a friend.
They're doing Kenya low key wrong though.
We're going to get to that one.
Yeah, even though I'm
going to get to that
Kenya,
one. But I like that they brought the girls back that we have familiarity with, right? Then they brought in Shamia. Now, Shamia's a main cast member, but we know who Shamia is from her times with Portia. Then we watch the show. We understand that, okay, now the whole setup is actually around Shamia, who knows the other 4 girls, or other 3 girls, and has brought them in. So the way that they set it up, the way they marketed it, the way that they are now producing it, it all made sense.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Now, getting into Kenya, I'm happy that she's on this season. I'm happy that she's on the season at least with some type of camera time. However,
Early.
it is very clear that they are cutting her out.
Yeah.
To the point where it's kind of embarrassing.
They didn't give her a confessional moment. Like, damn.
She didn't get no confessional. She didn't get no photo ops. She doesn't even post for real when the episodes are coming out. Like, it's really sad.
Yeah.
Because she was quintessential.
Yeah. She played herself out of her spot by the whole thing that she did.
I want to wait until the actual episode where things happen before I really give my take on all of that.
It's messed up.
Because I really don't even know for real exactly what went down. So it is messed up. It is messed up the way they're, promoting
It's just certain moments I wanted to see what she thought about, like, the Portia and Drew thing, like, all of that stuff. Like, it's like, girl, I want to hear what you're going to say, but...
And it's interesting in that scene in the first episode where they're in Shamia's closet or whatever room that is. I don't know.
Beautiful house.
Beautiful gowns, beautiful home. Where they ask Kenya to move from the middle to the end. But all of that was before this thing with Brit.
Yeah.
So now
the energy was like...
Were y'all trying to cut her out from the beginning? Like,
but Kenya had came in like like this vibe she had with Brit. She was just like, something was there. So I'm like, did they maybe have something in the past? You know how it be with women.
Was it there? And this is the thing that I always remind us. Was it there or was it edited to be that way?
I don't know. I feel like when she walked onto the party, Shamia party, she instantly had her, like, she spoke to everybody and was so nice. But with Brit specifically, she was like icing her out instantly. But you know how women can be, like, who knows? They might have talked to the same guy or something would happen, and then they just give that energy. Because women be like that sometimes. It's like, why you want to be with me? Because he talked to the same person.
And that's what I'm saying. We don't know any of that.
Right.
What's
something
the reason
happened,
that she did
though.
that?
Something else is behind the scenes, yeah.
But we'll see when it comes.
We'll see.
But moving right along, back into Shamia and Portia. They're friends on the show. But their friendship is interesting on the show. Since Shamia has become a new or a main girl, the way they guide and move has been interesting. Like when she showed up hours late to her party, interrupted her big moment. Yeah. I didn't like that.
Yeah. But they said it was like production and like all this stuff. Like they told her to wait, and because that plays a part. They wanted to make it a moment. It happened exactly what they wanted to. People were talking about it, like how it happened. It literally was what they wanted to happen. Okay. For people to have discussions. Yeah. See, it's hard because it's like, it's breaking that fourth wall. Yes. Because it's like y'all sharing production stuff that maybe the world should not know. Right. And it just reminds us that it's a show. Yeah. Like, they did that on purpose because they knew it would be a thing on social media.
But even then, even outside of that, watching Portia's interviews after that, watching Shamia's interviews after that, it feels more than just this was a show. It feels like, I feel like there's something more there.
Well, I honestly, in my personal opinion, the way everything played out, I think that they're rolling with the punches, because I think they very much so had planned that Portia was going to be the star of the show. But because Portia could not film in that house.
In her house.
And they stopped. That's why the show is just now coming out. It was been supposed to come out. Oh. And it ended up turning into, hey, actually, Shamia actually has a cute story, so let's use her instead. And I think Portia may feel some type of way, but it's not Shamia's fault that you have drama with your husband and all that, and you can't film in your house. So that probably took away from what Portia and everyone else thought it would be. And Shamia actually has a very inviting personality, and she's fun, and she has a beautiful home and the husband and the kids. So it ended up working out for her.
That makes sense. I totally forgot about the part, even though I was on the last episode, I totally forgot about the part about her not being able to film in the home. Yeah. And how that really could have infiltrated her ability to actually be on the show. Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah. But I love Shamia being the main character. I'm not going to hold you.
It's a Shamia show for sure.
It is a Shamia show for sure. But to their point about their friendship, let's get into some things around like protecting your friendship in new spaces. Mm-hmm. Wow. When you put your friendship on a platform, on a public platform, and a public platform like The Real Housewives, where they're going to pick apart all the things, how do you... I guess my question is, Like, what's the best way to keep your friendship, while also still being the elevated stars you are?
I don't know. I feel like that's tough,
Yeah.
but I feel like you can't be friends with nobody that want to be you. And that's very important.
Very.
Like, if you can't be me and I can't be you. So, like, you can't try to be me.
Right.
If somebody's a star, they're the star. If you are the supporting, then you are the supporting. And that's just what it is. And I think everybody can potentially have their moments. It might not be your moment right now. It maybe will come, but I just think you can't be friends with somebody that wants your life or wants to be you.
No. Now, what about when you are both on the platform together?
I think you just gotta support each other. If y'all really friends, you just can't let. And I think Shamia and Portia have been on TV for a while. Portia,
But not in this way, though.
Not in this way, but I think that they have enough experience to at least know, especially Portia, to try to navigate it as best as she can. But I think egos get in the way a lot of time. Ego gets in the way, and a lot of time, you just be in your feelings about certain stuff that you know that, like, this is my friend, she wouldn't do this, or you know what I'm saying. You just have to have a strong foundation, I think. But I mean, it's harder.
It is difficult.
It's hard,
it is difficult. Which brings me to my next question: how do we balance keeping our friendship private while still being supportive of each other's public lives?
If you're on TV, I feel like that's different.
Totally different.
Because TV is like a whole different ball game. But I mean, if we're talking in TV terms,
but even still,
but in regular life,
right?
Yeah, regular life. I don't know. I don't tell my folks' personal business to anybody. I just don't do that. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
As friends, or actually, let's go into our actual life. As a content creator, as an influencer, like I say all the time, my content is not about my life. Yeah. Right? It's about us, culture. It's about fashion. It's about that. And that's how I protect my private life. Yeah. Right? That's how I protect my private friendship. Now, I might share, posts from my private life and share my friendships and all that stuff, but it's not, my content is not centered around that. So it doesn't it's not up for grabs, is I guess what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, I do keep those friendships close to me. And I protect them because I know what the public eye could give and perceive. And like the work that I do, I know what could come to folks. Like, digital safety is a big thing right now for my line of work. So like, I do my best to protect when I'm protecting myself, but also protect my friendships, family members, all those things. And at the same time, with something that we do all the time is being in the public eye, whatever, we also try and make sure we have our own connection, like outside of the podcast, outside of us filming with y'all and talking on here on Spotify, Apple Music, all the things. Yeah. We also FaceTime randomly at the middle of the night and Brigethia tells me I need to looking crazy, okay? Eye patches on, acne, makeup all around, like, and then leaving that there is, I think, the point is the biggest thing. Being able to make our private friendship, and then the show its show.
Yeah, I think that's hard. I think it's hard to navigate, but I think at least with us, like, we're actually friends. Like you said, like, we were friends before we started doing the podcast together. So, like, when you're actually friends with somebody, they matter to you, hopefully.
Which brings up a bigger... I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Finish your sentence.
No, I'm just going to say...
excited.
No, I'm just going to say, like, we're actually friends, and our friendship comes before our podcast or any business that we have together. Correct. So if ever was in jeopardy, I will always pick my friendship over this. Of course, I'm going to be with you guys forever. Right. But I would choose my...
that one, I'm going to choose that one.
I would choose my friendship over the podcast. Yeah. Always.
But which brings me to a bigger point: when folks are on these platforms and they are branding themselves as friends, and then down the line they're not really friends. It just breaks up. Like,
yeah, I think you can tell sometimes.
You can.
You can tell. People will say certain things that will try to embarrass somebody or like different stuff. That's not your friend. Like, it's just certain stuff that you can tell.
You can tell.
You can definitely tell. So we peep the game.
And do.
So with that, with navigating like these evolving individuals, how do you maintain the foundation of friendship?
Yeah. I think it comes from like, just make sure we have our quality time.
Yeah.
Like, make sure we continue to do things that we like to do together. And that also it's important for me to not like make that a commercialized thing.
Yeah.
Also, as a content creator, I'm very cognizant of that. Like, some things are not for social. Some things are just me and you. We're doing it together. It's us. We're having a great time. It's supposed to enjoy it. It's not to be commercialized to put on social as a vlog or as like a You know, and there may be times where we vlog together.
Yeah.
You know, that might be a thing, but I also make sure that, like, again, we're having our time together that does not involve the rest of the world.
Yeah.
To develop our thing, develop our authenticity. I think we do a really good job.
Yeah.
We try to do a good job at that.
Because it's like, your real friends, like, I might have just called you crying on the phone about something I'm mad about.
But you don't say that when we on YouTube. Right, thank you.
But you going up and posting my cute picture that I just posted where it was from the other day.
Yes, like keeping it vulnerable. Like I want to remain vulnerable with my friends because we go out in the world and I have to put on the armor. You know, as a Black queer man, the world does not love me right now. So I want to be able to be myself 100% with you. And if I don't feel that way,
why are we friends?
Right.
So as far as friendship goes, what is one of the biggest red flags that you feel like you've ever ignored in friendship?
I'm going to be really honest and say there are no red flags that I've ever ignored in a friend.
Okay.
All of my friends are friends because they don't have red flags or they have yellow ones that we have talked about and like they are comfortable with like us talking about.
Yeah.
I am the person that if something is wrong in the beginning, I do keep that, I do archive that, and I do move differently.
Okay. That
is definitely who I am. So all of my people in my circle are in my circle because they have, you know, presented qualities or they have, you know, some type of quality that keeps them there. The red flags, when I see them, it's kind of like, that's it, girl. I am a very quick cutter offer.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, anybody ask me, the friends that I've had, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, like my friends are long-term because I'm very cognizant about my circle.
Yeah.
Very, very cognizant. What about you?
That's important. I've definitely ignored red flags, but it was mostly when I was like younger, like high school vibes. Yeah. And I feel for me, it was mostly like, being too trusting. Mm-hmm. But I also was like 15 and 16. So it's just like being too trusting. And then I think with that, it led me to having my wall up. And I think that's why I literally still have a wall up at 30 right now. And it affects you. It affects you a lot because when someone betrays your trust and then you just have walls up. So for me, when I have friends, if I'm friends with you and I let you in for real, then like I trust you because it takes me a very long time to like really let people in. And that can be relationships, it could be friendships, whatever. Like I don't let everybody into my, like we can be cool, but you don't really like, you're not in my circle. 100%. And then once you're out of it, you are like all the way over there.
You are just a follower watching my story.
Yeah, you are very iced out.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, I'm the same way. And that kind of, well, actually, no. I'm the opposite. I'm not very trusting. And I think that came from my experience as just being queer, growing up gay, growing up Black and gay, and not being able to truly give myself 100% in all the space that I'm in. Like I had to be trusting. I had to make sure I trusted you before I gave you all of me.
Yeah.
And that has like carried into the rest of my life, which I think has had good implications, has been helpful in friendships. I am learning now that it's not been helpful in dating. I do have walls up. I'm very, actually, I don't have walls up. I'm just slow and steady. I'm slow and steady. Oh. I'm slow and steady. I don't like the, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to go too fast. I do like
that's what he want to call it. Slow and steady. Okay, girl.
Girl, we just talked about friends on friends. No, I do, but I do like the friends to lovers pipeline. Because again, it goes back to trusting. When I trust you, then we can go, you know.
Friendship, I think, is a good foundation of before you get to dating.
Absolutely.
It definitely is. But
it is difficult when you're trying to break up and you just love that person so much and you just really close friends.
But I think the hard part is if you're actually friends with a person, like not even because you're trying to date them, you're just friends, right? And then y'all be like, okay, we like each other.
Yes.
And then it's never going to be the same.
Right.
If something goes wrong. And, you know, guys be like, no, we still can be cool.
Right.
Lies.
Girl.
I don't want to be your friend no more.
Well, and that's where I'm at right now. Like, you know,
I don't want to be friends. I don't want to be friends after we break up. I don't want to be a friend.
The friend that I
Not beefing or nothing, but I don't. We don't need to be. What we being friends for?
I want support though all the time. I'm gonna always support. Like I am that person. I know, and that's the thing. I'm gonna always support. Because if you are vulnerable enough to share your dreams with me,
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna hate the person. I mean, it depends now. It depends on how things end, like what the situations is. But like for me personally, I feel like closure is low key not even real thing because it just brings you back. How many of us have said we need closure and then closure leads to something else and then y'all start talking again, child? So it's just like let's move past that. I don't know. I don't think I don't really want to be like friends like that. Like we can be cool, but like friends is like pushing it for me personally. But you know, I'm working on myself.
Okay.
You know?
Now, what have you learned about protecting friendships in spaces where privacy is limited? So like y'all are super public.
Protecting privacy. I don't know. I think it's kind of similar to what we were saying. Like just having those actual moments if you're actually friends and it's not just for a show or whatever. But like just protecting that. And I think the space that I'm in and like career wise and just outside of work things, like a lot of people want to be around you for what you have to offer or the look of things and all of that. So I've learned how to really like read people and like, you know, their energy and things like that. Everybody wants something. Yeah. Like, so I just be like, stiff arm. I don't know. I always say that I am kind. Okay. But I am not nice. Oh. Like friendly. Like I'm not like a friendly girl. Oh. But I'm kind. I'm never gonna be mean to you and everything, but I'm not a person like I'm not mixy. I'm not like trying to be in everybody's situation. Right. There's a lot of people that wanna like they wanna just hang out with you because you're that girl. Like you are doing this and they just wanna be in your space. No. That's not me. I don't wanna be like anybody that is around me is actually my friends. Exactly.
Yeah, I handpicked you to be here.
Exactly.
Yeah, very that. We run out of time a little bit, but I do want to get this last question before we go into our game. You know, we love a good game. Mm-hmm. If our friendship had a cocktail, what would it be? Okay. What's in it? Who picked it?
Who picked it?
That's a lot of questions.
Right, girl. Hold on now. Okay, the cocktail I think for our friendship would be.
Think about that too.
Maybe a lemon drop.
Okay.
But with tequila. Bartenders, I know y'all mad. I don't care. I don't want no vodka.
And I'm not mad.
I don't want no vodka. Like, I'm sorry. I don't. And even though I have vodka today, I don't want
vodka. Vodka. Yeah, we feeling good, feeling great. But tequila is always my girl.
No, yeah. It's going to give tequila, lemon drop. And you said what else? What kind of drink?
Oh, and who picked it? Did I pick it? You picked it?
Probably me. I probably picked it. Yeah. And what about you?
I think we would be... Okay, does it have to be a drink? Wait, I asked the question. But anyway, does it have to be a drink that people know, or can it be something I just made up?
I guess we could be whatever you want it to be.
So it would be the cross between a lemon drop and a French 75.
Oh, okay.
Because we are classy ladies.
We are.
We love a little champagne.
We do.
Honestly and truly, it's cocktails and culture, but it really is champagne and culture because we drink champagne more than anything else. So I would say that.
Okay.
And I feel like, I'm about to cry. When I'm with you, I feel so good. I feel so celebratory, whether that's celebrating whatever we're celebrating, like actual accomplishment or whatever, or just celebrating us being here and being in life. And y'all know champagne is a very celebratory drink.
It is.
And I feel like that is what our friendship cocktail would be. So a French 75-ish. Okay. That's what I'm going to call it.
I like that.
And I did pick it because I'm a champagne girl.
You are.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, moving right along.
Yes.
Y'all know we love a good game.
Yes.
And we're going to start season 4 off with playing my favorite game, which is...
Who are you going to call?
Okay. So actually, we're going to do some audience participation. Okay. So let's do it like that. So we'll pose the questions, and then we'll give you some options, and then we'll hear from one person, from each question, from one person who you would call. Okay. So basically, I'll give you a scenario, multiple choice, and you answer who you would call. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll kick it off. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So you're at a high-profile fashion event, and just before stepping out into the red carpet, your outfit rips in the most unforgiving place. Who do you call for a quick fix? Do you call Ricky Thompson, Marlo Hampton from Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta, or Erica Jane from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Erica Jane, child. What? I would never call her.
Hold on. What's your name? And who would you say?
My name is Tyrus. I would say Ricky Thompson because he's also a gay black man.
Okay, I love that.
Like you understand what needs to be done.
Okay.
In that moment.
Exactly.
That's why I would say that.
For the folks who are listening, Tyrus, who just said that they would choose Ricky Thompson because he's also a black gay man who would understand.
And Ricky have the looks.
You understand what needs to be done.
What needs to be done.
Ricky have the looks too. Ricky looking
does have
good.
I would
he
agree.
Looks great. He looks great.
Agree. What about you? Who would you call?
I would say Ricky or Marlo.
Okay.
I would not call Erica Jane, child.
I would not call Erica Jane.
Erica
I'd
is
probably call
tacky.
Marlo because she has the labels and the things and she give me.
Well, actually, it says
They gotta-
rip, so it's like somebody could fix. I mean,
So really, none of them can fix any of that.
I would call Marlo or Ricky. I'm not calling Erica Jane because she gonna give us a little spandex.
Baby, we're gonna be
Right, I don't got time
in
for
some
that. Right.
latex.
Okay, next one is you just realized that someone major in the industry subtweeted you, but you're not sure if it's shade or just a coincidence. Who do you call to help you decode and clap back strategically? 1, Keke Palmer. 2, Kenya Moore. Or 3, Giselle Bryant.
What do you call?
Who has an answer?
I'm going to say Keke Palmer.
Say your name.
Say your name.
That's Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Keke Palmer.
Okay.
I'm going to say Keke Palmer she has a history of being able to, in a sense, quote unquote, professionally clap back.
Yes.
So I would say I'm definitely going to go with her.
Yes.
So that way it's a safe clap back where the person knows I'm intentional about that, but the audience itself, the people who are viewing it, they're not too sure whether it's shade or whether it's
I like that. That's a good answer because
I do love
Keke gonna give you the cute.
Kiki's a Virgo, right?
Yes.
Those Virgos love
Yes.
y'all down.
Yes.
And so is Giselle Bryant. But I feel like Giselle would come at you and be like,
Giselle gonna say something crazy.
Yeah, and
No.
Kenya would, well.
Yeah, Kenya-
Y'all what Kenya would do. So here's that.
Yeah, Keke Palmer. I would go Keke Palmer. Michael said Keke Palmer, y'all, because
Yes.
Keke gonna give you a classy
Yes.
comeback.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's 3 a.m. Your phone is on 2%, and the Uber surge prices are disrespectful. Who do you call to come scoop you up? Kyle Richards, Portia Williams, or Phaedra Parks? Don't all talk at once. I'll do it. I'm calling Phaedra Parks. You know why I'm calling Phaedra
Yeah,
Parks?
Phaedra.
Because Phaedra's gonna send me a private jet.
Girl.
Yeah, a helicopter. The way she got on that private jet when she left the cast trip of Married to Medicine. I need that treatment if my phone is on 3%, 2%, and the Ubers are disrespectful.
Wait, you raised your hand.
Oh,
Okay.
See, I'm Cameron.
okay.
Cameron.
Cameron says hi.
See, I wouldn't want Phaedra to read me, so that's why.
She said, so Cameron says she wouldn't want Phaedra to read her.
You think she's gonna read you
You think she's gonna
because
read you on the plane? Oh, because your phone is dying? Why would she read you? Oh, okay. Okay, so you wouldn't. So who would you choose then? Would you choose Portia or Kyle? We get on the metro. How about that?
not the Metro?
She said, I ain't calling nobody. I'm gonna figure it out because I ain't calling none of them.
I'm gonna call her Miss Portia. Portia, cool. Portia gonna come get you. Kyle
Right.
might send you a jet too.
She might
because
send you
you know
some-
Kyle
whatever
got
for Cameron.
them coins.
Cameron, for real, who you gonna call? Who you gonna call?
I mean, I would probably, other than Brianna, I would probably call Portia. But
Sam.
If I had to, if I could do what I wanted, I would probably just take Portia on the train.
Okay.
Not say Portia on the train.
Okay. Well, now explain why you would take Portia on the train.
Because I don't want to be read by Phaedra.
Okay.
And then I don't know who Kyle is.
Right.
So Portia cool to me. So I'm like, we can just get on the metro at 3 a.m. and be cool together.
You know what? It's a vibe. So Cameron is saying that she would not call them for a ride. She would just get on the metro with Portia Williams.
That would
They
be
would- it'd be a
interesting.
vibe.
That would be very
I
interesting.
would love to see how Portia responds to that. That'd be very interesting.
We're arguing.
So
Yeah.
metro from like Foggy Bottom.
Go ahead.
Okay. Foggy Bottom.
Maybe Foggy Bottom.
Okay.
Not Incorrect. Maybe Foggy Bottom.
Yeah.
If it was Gallery Place, it would be a Gallery.
Not Gallery. I don't think Portia would be in Gallery Place. No shade to,
Portia
no shade to
is
Gallery Place.
from Georgia. She from ATL.
Oh, you know what?
Girl,
Portia
she be
is
all right.
from. Okay, wait. Next one. Let's go to the last one.
Okay, that's
Okay. You were on Instagram Live, running your mouth, and accidentally spilled some very, very confidential tea about a major celebrity. Who do you call to help you spin the narrative before the shade room gets it?
Ooh, you know,
Shade
room work hard.
And the shade room works hard. Do you call Kid Fury from The Read? Do you call Karen Huger? Or do you call Cecil from Married to Medicine?
Not Cecil. Cecil is
Who do
crazy.
you call?
Ooh. Well, if I had to choose, well, definitely not Karen. Because what Karen gonna do?
Honey, I'm not using Karen for anything to help me branding-wise, baby. Karen can't do anything where she at right now. I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry. And it just came off really slowly. I love you, Karen. I'm my bad, girl. I'm so sorry.
The Grand Dame's gonna get you.
I'm so sorry.
I guess I'm gonna have to choose Kid Fury because Cecil, like, girl, I love Cecil. My favorite husband though on Married to Medicine, but no,
I would ask Cecil. He would give me some really good leveled advice.
You think so?
I feel like the way he handles. I hate that word, but like the way that he talks with Quad and her.
Yeah, he's pretty sensible.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Love that.
Thank y'all.
Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for playing Who's You Gonna Call. Y'all know we love a good game. Clap, clap, clap. So we come to the point of this episode where we raise a glass, we shed light, or just give our flowers to someone that we admire, someone that we're happy to see making maybe some big changes in life. So, Benjamin, who do you want to raise a glass to today?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the correct title of why I'm raising the glass to this person. So hold on. I am giving my raise a glass to Preston Mitchum. Who y'all know is a friend of the show. Recently, Preston received an award from Better Brothers of LA for his work in the community as a civil leader activist. Y'all know Preston is, again, a friend of the show. He opened our season 3 last year and has always been a starch voice for the Black queer community in so many ways. Not just the Black queer community, but the Black community in general. And so I want to raise a glass to him and say thank you again for all your work, for your continued work, and that green jacket, which I'll insert a picture somewhere, at the Better Brothers Awards was gorgeous. I'm coming for that too. So,
yes, cheers to Preston.
Thank you.
Cheers, Preston.
How about you?
I would like to raise a glass to Wendy Williams that we spoke about earlier because y'all know I've been rooting for Wendy this whole time. I've been saying, Wendy, we need you back. We need you back. We need you back. And I just think she is so important to our culture, and I miss seeing her in media, and I'm so happy that she is getting out of her conservatorship, and hopefully something positive will come out of it. So I am cheersing and raising my glass to Wendy.
Cheers to Wendy.
Cheers to Wendy. Cheers to Wendy.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We so appreciate it. Please give yourselves a round of applause.
Yes. Woo. Shout out to season 4. This is season 4, y'all.
Season 4. I can't believe it, but I won't do this for anybody else. I'll touch you a little far. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Please make sure you follow us everywhere on Cocktails and Culture Podcast. We are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're not on X anymore because of all those reasons.
Yeah.
But follow us everywhere else. Stay connected. What else?
Yeah. And thank you so much for La Méridien Hotel in Madison. Thank you so much for having us. Make sure you guys come check out the Cherry Blossom exhibit here at the hotel. It's lasting through mid-April, so make sure you check out the exhibit, try some of the cocktails, eat some food, and have lots of fun here. Yes. But y'all, thank y'all for having us, and welcome to season 4 of Cocktails and Culture. Okay.
Until next time.
Cocktails and Culture.
Cocktails and Culture.
Get it from me, bought me, what's now?